of where you give somebody the authority or the power to do something. And I think a lot of us probably look at empowerment from that space, that somebody has to make us empowered, somebody has to give us something. Men, women, I'm not differentiating by gender here. However, there is another definition of empowerment which is more self-driven, which is the whole process of being more in control, the whole process of being confident, and having that confidence to kind of being in control of your life and driving things there. And I would say for women and men, overall as human beings, we are this unique species. We're probably the only species on this earth that has the ability to do this. We only are responsible for our own empowerment and not have to wait for somebody to kind of go and give us that, that go ahead and that green flag and say, okay, now from today onwards you're empowered, go do this. So how much we are able to empower our own selves is something which completely lies, within our own hands, and that's the definition of empowerment that I kind of tend to connect more with. Having said that, the fact is that yes, as you shared this earlier and as Sir also shared, there are initiatives and there are focuses on driving more, giving women a place of parity at workplace, right? And if we wish to call that as empowerment, so be it. But the whole idea is, and I was looking at a data figure somewhere, that if you look at the current gender parity at workplaces, and I'm not talking about ICT will be even longer away, but if you look at the general gender parity, it will be 2158, that's at least 5 generations down, before workplaces can have a gender parity, and this is an international number. Cut that down to India, cut that down to ICT, we'll probably be sitting somewhere in 2200 AD, maybe another few generations down before we can talk about this gender parity. So from an organization's perspective, really what drives that empowerment, and if I have to look at it and divide that between 4-5 different spaces, I would call that as number one and foremost is workplace. Because unless we can make our workplace inclusive enough and create that inclusive environment and give that culture where every employee, not just women, feel that yes, they can be their authentic selves, they can be true to who they are and bring their 100% at work, it's not going to work. The second thing I would say is workforce. Let's hire and make sure that we are showing that representation across the different diversity aspects that we have. And in this case, yes, if it is about women, then yes, the workforce has to ensure that you are bringing in that representation there. The third one, and very important in my view, is accountability. How is an organization holding itself accountable to the promise? Is it just empty words that are being spoken? Or is there actually an accountability around it, be it in terms of goal setting, be it in terms of making sure you're doing the right, the right initiatives and actions, the programs that are being run? And the fourth one I would say is marketplace. By marketplace, what I mean is lead by example. It cannot just be empty words. You have to lead by example. Look at the competition around you. Look at what everybody else is doing and really be the leader in that space and drive that. So broadly, if I look at empowerment and I look at what organizations can do and how they can bring that together, these are the 4 broad areas that I feel a lot of organizations have done that and should continue to focus on that.